Hi there. It's July the 13th and we're continuing our progress through the first book of Chronicles with chapters 15 and 16. At the end of chapter 14 we left the Ark of God at the house of Obed-Edom, where it had been placed and left because of an outbreak of God against Uzzah, who had been struck down, and David didn't know how to bring it properly all the way to Jerusalem. However, he realizes that he should let the Levites carry it, because the Levites are the ones authorized by God to handle and to touch the ark. And so they bring the ark of God to Jerusalem with great celebration, with great joy, with great sacrifice. There are musicians, there are singers, there are people who are skilled in playing instruments and music, and they take part in this great procession that comes into Jerusalem. Unfortunately, we're told that David's wife, Michal, when she sees David dancing and celebrating before the Lord, despises him in her heart, and we'll come across what happens to her later on. But at the beginning of chapter 16, David delivers his very first psalm, and it's a psalm of praise and honour, giving thanks to God and encouraging the people to give thanks because the Lord is good. And he celebrates all of the good things that God has done through the history of the people of Israel. This psalm is actually reproduced as part of Psalm 105, and so we find that this psalm is also echoed in the psalms themselves later on among that whole collection of songs that David brings to the Lord. And so this is a great day. This is a new order of worship that's being brought about in Israel. The old tabernacle is at Shiloh, is not now being used. It doesn't house the Ark of God anymore, because the Ark of God is now in the tabernacle of David. It says in the book of Acts that the bringing of the Gentiles into the commonwealth of Israel, into God's salvation, is part of the restoration of the tabernacle of David. And so worship is very key, not just for Jews, but also for Gentiles, for those who are not Jews, because we, through Jesus, are able to come into the very presence of God to bring him worship. So let's do that today. Let's continue to worship him in spirit and in truth as he desires, and as David models to us in 1 Chronicles 15 and 16. Have a very good July the 13th.